So, you're planning on getting an Xbox 360. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty good console back in the day, but is it good now? Let's get into it. Okay. First thing I want to talk about is how loud this thing is. I have an Xbox 360 right here. I'll just unplug it there. This thing, yeah. It's an original Xbox 360, so the Xbox 360 Slim, E, and all those other variants will be quieter, because I have an E downstairs, and it's far quieter. So if you can't get an Xbox 360 Slim or E, I do recommend. So I'm just gonna move the mic closer to the Xbox 360, just to give you a taste of how loud this console is. Now that's upon startup. If you didn't hear that properly, it's pretty loud. It sounds like you know that customer PC we done first video actually. It sounds like that, but on full blast. Not like the graphics cards fans or anything, just like CPU fan on full blast. It sounds like that when starting up. So if you don't care about noise much, like me, I wouldn't mind getting it. But let's actually get into the gameplay, because gameplay is pretty important, right? So the games we're testing today are Forza Motorsport 4, Just Cause 2, pretty good game. It's one of my favorites. So is Forza Motorsport 4. And we're also going to be doing a bit of Tomb Raider. I'm going to give you my opinion on how the games look and how they run on this console, because we all know the Xbox 360 is old and the games are not going to look as good, but the real question is how will they run. So let's get into that. So let's begin with Forza Motorsport 4. Now actually before I begin talking about it, I'm sorry for the lack of screen recording and screen capture. I don't have a device that can capture the screen, so this is the best I can do. So anyways, let's get into Forza Motorsport 4 and talk about it. The performance in this game was honestly amazing. 60 FPS, or what it felt like 60 FPS all the time. I didn't feel any drops, stutters, anything, nothing. I done a whole lap of the whole Le Mans circuit. I won't show you the whole lap here because it takes 2 full minutes, I think. No, it takes a bit less than 2 minutes, but like it's still a pretty long lap. In this lap though, I'm using the Lamborghini Murcielago, which is honestly my favorite car in the game because of the sound it makes, and it's just altogether a good car. So enjoy the rest of the gameplay with this car without my comment. So now on to Just Cause 2. This game honestly is very fun, and it runs at what felt like 30 FPS. Again, I cannot show you the FPS. I don't know how much FPS it's getting because I don't have something that can record the FPS, but it is a good experience. If you do want to play Just Cause 2 on the Xbox 360, it will 90% of the time hit a solid 30 FPS. But with, as every game, when it gets really intense, you will drop a bit. Now, Tomb Raider, this is one of the pretty intense games on the Xbox 360. It is one of the best looking and one of the most intense games on the 360, but it does run well enough. You usually sit at around 30 to 28 FPS, which is, you know, fine. But when something abrupt happens, something sudden, it does tank the FPS to what feels like 24 to 25-ish FPS. Now, of course, it's not always like that. It's not always going to be 24 FPS. And to be honest, this game, it runs well enough to be played perfectly fine. So if you are planning on getting an Xbox 360 just to replay this game or play it for the first time, it's perfectly fine and it works great.
You got the devil in your eyes. You went and took me by surprise. Say what you wanna say, I won't go back. If you wanna hit the road, then let's go then. Let's just go and see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden.
So, as you may have seen, it does perform pretty well for the games it plays. Now, there's one issue: the noise. If you are someone who does not want a lot of noise, the original Xbox 360 is definitely not a console for you. Let me show you the noise it makes upon startup. Not upon, like, turning it on. I mean, starting up a game. Let me just move you guys over there. Okay, so you guys have been moved. And, let's start up a game now. It's very loud. Like, so now once you have like the sound of that console down, it's really up to you. If you don't mind having that sound and you like these old games like me, I have a collection of them here. I think I used to have about 100. I now only have like 30, but still, I love this console. I love the games on this console. I love everything about the Xbox 360. If you guys think I should do another video about the PS3, please tell me. So, I mean, there's not much else to say. It's really, in the end, it really is up to you if you think the noise levels are acceptable and if you think that these games that are on the 360 are good. That's the final conclusion, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so very much. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, see more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.